Hey everyone, welcome back to another Journal with Me session. Today, I'm documenting a day spent with my parents doing one of our favorite bonding activities, which is dining out. We love trying new restaurants and revisiting our old favorites. And this time, we had lunch at Jatujak Thai Eatery, dessert at Muji Cafe, and a tea time at Mary Grace Cafe. After a short preview of that day, I'll walk you through the journaling process, where I'll be sharing some memory keeping tips to help you document your own restaurant visits and food adventures. So stay tuned. Now let's start documenting that day's memories. I have here some printed mini photos, which include shots of the food we enjoyed, the restaurants, and a photo of the three of us together. I love using small photos like this because they let me include more memories without overwhelming the page. I also set aside a few keepsakes from that day, which is this Jatujak napkin and the tea pack container from Mary Grace. I'm going to use both in the spread. I start by tearing the Jatujak logo from the napkin. Tearing instead of cutting gives it a more natural textured look. It feels more handmade this way. Then I cut this square design craft paper into two triangles. I'm placing one in the top left corner and one in the bottom right for an asymmetrical layout. So as a journaling tip, asymmetrical layouts create visual movement and keep your eyes naturally exploring the page. Unlike symmetrical spreads, which can sometimes feel too structured or static, asymmetrical gives your layout a more dynamic and organic flow. So this is perfect for storytelling spreads like this where you want to take the viewer's eye on a little journey. When you group focal elements in opposite corners, it creates a natural balance while still feeling playful and creative. It also gives you the freedom to play with layering, white space, and texture without everything needing to be perfectly aligned. So in this spread, placing corner elements diagonally like the triangle craft papers and ephemera frames the main area where I'll be placing the photos later and guides your attention inward. I also keep some areas intentionally lighter or open to let the layout breathe. So try this. When designing an asymmetrical layout, start by picking two anchor points. Corners, top versus bottom, or diagonal halves. Then build your visual weight around those areas using paper layers, labels, or embellishments. Finally, add your journaling or photos to connect the story in the center or across the layout. Now it's time to arrange the photos. I'm sorting them by location, so Jatujak goes on the left and Muji Cafe and Mary Grace on the right side. I'm placing them loosely first to see how they fit, and once I'm happy with the arrangement, I mark the corners with a pencil so I remember where each one goes. And then I start sticking them down with double-sided tape. So as a journaling tip, arranging photos in sections or grids by restaurant or activity keeps your story clear and easy to follow. Next, I'll bringing in some classic wide grit washi tape, cutting more triangle shapes to layer on the corners. This helps tie the two sides together and add texture without overpowering the photos. Now I'll be using my wooden alphabet stamps and stamp Muji Cafe and Mary Grace Cafe using VersaFine Sepia ink. So this is a warm brown that complements the rustic tones of the spread. Since I already have Jatujak from the napkin, I don't need to stamp that one. To decorate even more, I grab my Sakuralala 365 cafe stamps. These are perfect for food-themed spreads. I'm stamping them on the sticker paper first so I can fussy cut them and move them around like DIY stickers. It's so much easier to layer and adjust this way. Now I'm coloring in the stamp images using colored pencils for a soft base. But I want a bit more pop, so I go in with brush markers to deepen the colors. The mix of soft and vivid tones adds more interest to the page. Next, I'll pull out this line craft notepad, trim it down, and add it to the left page. I'll use this space later to write our full Jatujak menu in bullet points. So as a journaling idea, using notepad, paper, or list style inserts adds a fun functional layer to your spread. Plus, it gives a designated space for specific details like menus, prices, or favorite dishes. To tie everything together, I'm adding a tiny polka dot circle sticker in the same green color as the tea packaging. This little detail helps balance the color palette across the spread. Now I'm adding a few stamps to fill in the gaps and give the page some rhythm. Then I'll be using my roller date stamp and mark the day's date in the bottom corner. It's one of my favorite finishing touches in any journaling session. Now it's time for the writing part. I start by listing our Jatujak orders in bullet points. The chicken pandan, pad thai, papaya salad, and the masam gai curry. Then I switch to my Sailor fountain pen for the rest of the journaling. I'm writing about how it was such a lovely day, the cozy restaurant, the tasty Thai food, the creamy matcha soft serve from Muji, and ending the day with Mary Gray's famous cheese ensamada and a warm cup of green tea with my parents. And here's the finished spread. A whole day of memories captured using photos, keepsakes, and journaling all layered together. So, as a final tip, don't stress too much about perfect placement. Let your creativity flow and treat each page as a way to relieve and celebrate your everyday adventures. I hope this inspires you to document your own everyday moments. But before you go, I'd love to know, what kind of layout do you enjoy using most in your journal? Is it a grid, collage style, or asymmetrical like this? And if you're looking for more inspiration, be sure to check out my memory keeping and traveler's notebook playlists for more creative ideas, journaling tips, and cozy sessions like this one. Thanks for journaling with me today. See you in the next one. Bye!